and welcome. Wow, I don't know what to say. This moon in Aquarius is really shaking things up, and I like it. We are in the most transformative time. And I feel very connected to this moon. My moon is in Aquarius. It's beautiful energy. If you've ever thought about reinventing yourself, reinventing your life, shape shifting, now is the time to do so. And I feel like, we're really at a grand crossroads. We're at a place right now, like we're in the void of creation, and there's many energies at play. There's many things we're being shown. There's many ways we're being pulled and pushed, and certain things are coming together and many things are being taken away. And it's in order for us to see where we're going next, what we're building next. But right now we're in a time of just allowing the change and really the death of the old and grieving that. We have to grieve the losses. We have to purge them. We have to purge them. And that's why I'm here today. I've been really busy working on cracking the code from the new moon in Aquarius, reading those extra cards we got from the Black Moon astrology at the end. And I'm really going through all the cards and spending time with decoding this message, and we're going to have a reading dedicated to this message and what is happening. And I really believe this message is going to be beneficial. It's going to help break some things down, so please join us there. Now, I'm getting a message today. As I'm really connected to this moon, I'll be called to put out readings and do so when I do so. Please watch the ones you feel called to watch. And taking a break when it's time to take a break, as we know we're seeking out our knowledge right now. It's about seeking out the knowledge, mastering ourselves in order to expand. We purge our emotions, we purge our losses, we grieve the change, our transformations, and then we get to work on mastering, on the knowledge, where we're going, the building, and we're not focusing on the lack of. We don't focus on the lack of anymore. When we're focusing on the lack of, what you focus on grows. And we need to remember that. If we hyper focus on sickness grows. If we hyper focus on negativity, more negativity. We need the positive charge, because that's the working battery, the positive and the negative charge. We are now a working battery. Our abundance is getting ready to get attracted to that. We know our thoughts meet up with our emotions. We're not going to focus on the lack of. We get to work at seeking out the knowledge. Where are you being called to seek? And a lot of times, to find our answers, we heal in order to raise our vibration and see. That's the Four of Swords. When you're lower vibrational, it's really hard to see when you're in the thick of things. But we use the moon's energies, the darkness, to recoup the nighttime, and we recharge, we regenerate, and then we raise our vibration, doing what we need to do. Maybe we need to change our diet and have some food full of electrolytes and life. We need to get more sleep. We need to take more time for ourselves and just relax. Not as much caffeine, maybe too much sugar in our diets right now. Sugar's on the attack right now. And, drugs and alcohol. That does not allow us to be at our authentic tune, authentic vibration. Message from the moon. Fountain. And the more patterns we put in like we implement right now of self-care, the grander the transformation, the grander the butterfly wings to soar with. A handsome and heroic female figure with red-brown wavy hair emerges from an urn, out of which gushes a cool, sparkling fountain. She is bathed in the pale blue flowing waters. She wears a winged helmet, symbolizing the ability of the imagination to take flight and reach great heights. Her demeanor is tranquil and confident. Behind her is a sun-like full moon. A sun-like full moon. This is connected to the full moon. And the full moon is in Leo. Leo. Wow. The full moon is in Leo. And this is from Cancer to Leo. So this is connected to our full moon this month. Traditionally, when the moon was in this mansion, it was thought to strengthen buildings, promote love, benevolence, and help defeat enemies. The Arabs regarded this mansion as a favorable for professional matters as well as for love. We need this energy, and this energy reminds me very much of the star. And you can see there's the presence of the masculine and feminine, a handsome female figure. And it's a sun-like full moon. There's much symbolism. We know the water's presence is here. The Aquarius energy. Because we know it's the swords, but it's the thought to the water. The thought to the emotion. And that's really balance. We're using our logic with our intuition. The card meaning. The sun symbolizes dynamic creativity, while the planet Neptune denotes the expansion of the imagination and allows the visionary ability to achieve great heights. This mansion card signifies recognition of your own creativity by yourself and others, and indicates a sudden surging in the powers of your imagination. You must accept responsibility for your own talents and use them for good of yourself and others, urging you to believe in your own many and varied abilities and their worth to other people. Now I'll tell you, when I was cracking the code that I've started working on, one of the messages was, we're activating our gifts, just our natural gifts, and the moon is helping us to activate our natural gifts because our gifts are within the water, and the moon is connected to the water, which is connected to the cycles, which is connected to us. As we are cyclic, the earth is the feminine energy, the mothering energy, the cups, the water, the emotion. The moon is activating us. We're activating with the moon, and we know we're on the path of the moon. And right now, we've seen through many illusions. We're seeing through more. And this was the message. Well, one of the messages. We use our own talents, our gifts. We use them. And we use them to transform our lives. And Neptune has a part to play in this transformation. And that's seeing through our illusions, our Seven of Cups, and healing from our toxicity. Because really at the end of the day, what we're building right now is the Six of Cups. Our creativity, our fun house, the inner child present, that vibration here, but matured. We have mature self, higher self, and we have the child and the inner child free. And we're creating with those vibrations, and that is what really transforms us, heals us, and gets us to the level we want to be at for our 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. Okay, I have out the Starseed. Yeah, let's go with the Starseed. I was called to have the Starseed Tarot today. Let's see what is happening. That's incredible. You know, the full moon in Leo is already speaking. So this message is going to be tied into that full moon in Leo. And we have the Leo energy right there. The Adept of Flames. And this is solar plexus healing. And that's what we're doing right now. We're doing solar plexus healing. Where does your personal power come from? Does it come from the light? And that is connected to the Four of Pentacles. That's where we start shifting. When our personal power comes from the light, then we start manifesting. And we balance out our scales, and we're working with the Six of Pentacles because the end goal is the 10. And this is connected, as you can see, to our light, to our flame. And we've been learning about the sacredness of our flame, the connection of our flame, and where our flame is held. And we're coming back to one. We're coming back to us. We're coming back to authentic tune. We're removing that layer of artificiality, programming of what's not us, what's keeping us held back and bonded. And before I sat down, channeled messages were break the chains, the wheel will turn with the wheel of fortune. Break the chains and the wheel will turn with the wheel of fortune. So the devil energies and the wheel of fortune right now are connected. And what we're chained to. And there is Neptune. Seven of Cups, our illusions. We're mastering ourselves by seeing through our illusions. Our illusions and Neptune, they inspire us. You know, that's the energy of the oneness of creation, but we don't want to get lost there. We need to be able to use logic. We want to be able to be real and honest with ourselves. And we're really in a time of where we have to be so honest with ourselves. Because when we're honest with ourselves and we just face, you know, it's about facing what makes you feel shameful, facing what makes you feel dark, facing what makes you feel depressed, facing what makes you feel without. You face it. We don't run from it. And it's the facing it that transforms it. And we just look at it for what it is, because we're building off the foundations of what's real. We're not building off the foundations of the illusions. Illusions bring more illusions. And we just have to, it's about humbling thyself. You know, we don't just go out and say, okay, yeah, I've added this grand positive charge. I have to feel all this shame. It's like, no, I added this grand positive charge. Wow. And that was a hard thing to do. And you know what? We all have a grand positive charge. We all have imperfections. That is life. And we get real with thyself. And we start building off of what we see. Negative and positive. And this is connected to transformation. It's like that was the other message, guidance. So we will be receiving guidance with our higher self. And this is like, we're connecting to higher self. We're connecting to guidance. We're connecting to spirit. We're connecting to the oneness. The divine is there, and the divine is right now there. Ooh, the Sage of Chalices. Ace of Crystals, and that is the gift. The Ace of Pentacles. And there it is. The 10 of Crystals, the 10 of Pentacles. Our expansion. from the ace to the 10. And what we're planting, our seeds of intention, and how we're working with the earth, how we're working with the energies, how we're working with bringing the light from within and then expanding the light from without. And I love there's a peacock to symbolize the phoenix rising from the ashes, that transformation. This is about endings right now and new beginnings. And the phoenix knows when it's time to have an ending and just burns up into flames and it regenerates. And it's time for us to have an ending, burn up into flames and regenerate. Metamorphic. You know which word I'm talking about. Can't speak yet today. I'm trying really hard. Been making up my own words all morning. It's connected to the high priestess, which is connected to the moon, higher self. And I love that in this deck, the Starseed deck, it's higher self. We need to connect to our higher self. And higher self understands the universal laws as well as everything, right? Higher self's not saying, oh no, you can't be real with yourself because you might have to feel some shame here, or what will people think of you, or no, I can't be honest with myself here, even though I know deep down I need to be honest with myself here. I can't be honest with myself because what would people think of me? What would I think of myself? Well, we all have darkness. Darkness is part of seeing the light. Darkness is part of the light. They're connected. And it's understanding that, yes, we're light workers, but the darkness exists. And how do we transmute it? And how do we transmute it into light? And that's what we need to learn, and we need to master ourselves. We need to learn how to master what are we doing, and it's going to be unique for us on our own paths. What are we doing within our lives, within our patterning? What are we feeling called to do that's going to help us transmute the darkness we're experiencing into light? And it's connected to knowledge. It's connected to growth. It's connected to like that ambitious energy of Capricorn and actually manifesting with it, making it happen, putting your nose to the ground and making it happen. And then we know too, we're gonna balance. We gotta remember, what does the moon teach us first and foremost? She teaches us we need a time of regeneration, a time for rest. You know, we empty ourselves in order to be filled back up. And when we're constantly expanding, we burn out. And we know that when we're constantly regenerating, we never expand. It's the yin and yang, the flow. That's very key. We're moving to, hello La Luna. We're moving to the stage of chalices. We're expanding with the cup. Because we're seeing through our illusions, and this is connecting to the divine, as well as the moon activating us with the light, activating our gifts, activating our talents, activating what we came here to do. This is connected to our mission work, what we came here to create. And we're creating this with spirit, the light, the divine. And there's La Luna. Luna. After gazing at the stars, Starseeds' attention is drawn to the glowing moon, now prevalent in the night sky. How odd it truly is that this one celestial body changes for us day after day. Now invisible, Luna is truly the most curious of the celestial beings, as she shows this perpetual changing face to us, and those changing aspects appear to have a most dramatic effect on the tides of our emotional seas, as they do on our great oceans. She does have a reputation for appealing to the darker side, but Luna is luminous, reflecting the light of the solar deity. She is magnetic to the sun's electric. She is cool to the sun's heat. Her reflective relationship to the sun is somewhat of a mirror for us to gaze into our deeper oceans and reflect upon our emotional ups and downs. She affects the cycles of female fertility in her monthly orbits around the Earth. When we learn to connect to the moon's rhythms, we handle flux with more grace and ease. When we plant in certain lunar cycles, the seedlings respond to those subtle energies and growth is more bountiful. The more we feel and honor her rhythms, it seems the more easily we resonate with the flow of her impact upon the earth and within the waters of our very being. And there we go. We really need to understand and cultivate that relationship with the moon, our connection to the moon, and our rhythms, our cycles. Everything about this key speaks of how the moon influences us. She is dark at times, brilliant at others. She is moody. She is luminous. She rises and sets on the horizon. She is as elusive as our own emotional perceptions. Her pull is so powerful it can drive people to insanity. We know the things that go down at the time of the moon. I love that meme. Whoever made that meme, that is my favorite meme. When Luna's light shimmers silvery on the lake or stream, it's just as romantic as a spring night. What is that light just off to her side? A ship? Many believe there is intelligent life on the dark side of the moon. Who knows what illusions remain to be revealed at this time of remembering that we are not only the intelligent life in the universe. We are not the only intelligent life in the universe. No, we are not. Whose face is that on the moon? Perhaps it is the spirit of Luna shining down upon us, asking us to remember that we too are reflections of the greater light. Questions for the person meditating with or drawing this key include the following. How am I being moody and emotionally unsettled? What has me feeling out of balance? Why do I have such huge swings in emotion? What keeps me distracted from achieving joy in higher states of consciousness? And I am like the different phases of the moon. Why do I show only one face to the world and hide the other? What am I concealing? Why am I concealing? And that's helping us to get to our truths and to just be authentic too. And as a divine feminine, you know, I'm sure if you're a divine feminine, join me here, you've experienced your cycle leading up to the moon. And that right there just goes to show how powerful she is. Now, something that's hidden is coming to light, as we just heard. And it's something we need to see within, and it's a connection to ourselves, as the Eight of Orbs is here. And this is the Eight of Swords. But it's also connected to Starseed. This is ourself. We're seeing something thanks to the moon. The Emperor, and look at that. We know this is about the Emperor and the Empress. And the Emperor, we're healing from our aggression. This is the masculine energy, and we're using the masculine energy to expand with, right? And this is how we are expanding, and it's connected to our truth as well as our peace. And this Emperor is connected to this energy right here. It's very healing. He has the sword, and he's playing with the children of the feminine and the masculine. And this is just the coming together of our communities through expanding with the masculine energy and healing with the masculine energy. Guys, my dogs are spooked. They think someone is here. So something's going down. feeling trapped. We're feeling trapped, but we're not trapped. We need to have a rebirth. We're still in lack of. We need to tell our truths in order to come together. It's like we're avoiding our truths, so because we think our, like, if I can just think this into fruition, it's gonna happen. But we have to still have the positive charge of our truths. And it's like we have to face our truths. We have to do something and shift something we don't want to shift. We have to allow change. And we have to allow this change. And in order to allow this change, we're going to receive connection. And in receiving the connection, we're freed. And it has to do with our knowledge. It has to do with what we're studying. We are feeling separation and lack of. Something's not in alignment here. We're without. We're focusing on what we don't have in order to have happiness. But we need to see through that illusion. We need to see through the illusion. We need to stop looking without for happiness, and we need to start looking within. We see through the illusion, and it's connected to the heart. They're showing me it's connected to the heart. The heart that's in the cup. And when we see that it's the heart that's in the cup, the Four of Swords is here. Clarity is gained, but we have to regenerate for this clarity. We have to allow regeneration. That's how it's gifted. And this is what we're doing within. We're facing our truth. We're facing our truth. King of Swords is here. We're facing our truth in order to transform, and we do so. We transform. Yes, we see how we're in lack, but we see everywhere we're connected and everywhere we can create and build from. Generosity is a gift. And this Two of Wands we know is connected to our revolutions. The energy of the sun, our expansions. The Two of Wands. That solar eclipse energy, the great change, but we have to allow the change here. This is where we understand that change is a gift as well. And in changing, we're connecting here to this lovely Emperor energy. And there's the connection made with temperance. From the heavens to the earth, the sun and the moon, the elements. Something comes together here. And it has to do with judgment. And this is connected to ancestors that have crossed over. And our ancestors that have crossed over helping us to transform from the old to the new. There's a deep connection in here. Any of you joining me here that have lost someone, they're here and they're helping you to transform. And we're all connected with our light. In this transformation, we go from feeling like this, laying in the bed, and we transform with help from our ancestors and the divine, and we're in the Queen of Cups energy. And we've gone from the Sage of Chalices to the Queen of Chalices. Because we need to get out of this Eight of Swords energy. And right now it's about the cup. And the Queen of Cups knows how to transmute the negative from the cups into positive. The great lover, the healer, the creator, the artist, the mother, she has seen the heart within the cup, as well as she's experienced many other things along the way. And right now the key is the knowledge. That's the key. The knowledge within. Now, let's see. Let's get a message. The Adept of Chalices. And it's connected to karma. We're cleansing our karma with help from the moon. We're working through the waters. And it's all to get to the Six of Cups. And there it is. We've purified the waters. We're purifying the waters with love, with the energies, with Mother Earth, with what we're being called to do on the path of the moon. The moon is activating us. And it's for purification and our blossomings, our expansions, our connections. And it has everything to do with strength. And that's the connection to this full moon and the energy of the fountain and the full moon in Leo. We need strength. We need strength to transform. And it's connected to our flame. And right now we need to allow this flame to be part of us, to be our driving force. We're being presented with a challenge. The moon's light is lessening and her face is now half light, half dark. This is a time in the cycle of the moon when a critical phase is reached and you are faced with the challenge of setting up new ideas or concepts to replace the old, established ones. You can no longer live in the past and must adapt. New moon in Aquarius message. This is a time to break the habits of the past and replace them with new methods of doing things and a new set of ideas. It's a time to confront complacency. And that's the time we're in. And I really want you guys to see. You know the cards are speaking because there's only 3 options here for if the moon falls into the sign. And Aquarius is right there. And this is the challenge that we're being faced. We're being faced with the challenge of saying goodbye to the old and embracing the new. And then building it. Building it. And this is how we're building it. We're expanding within with our knowledge. And we may need to look without and get some tools for knowledge. But then we bring it within and we expand with it. From within to without. We bring it, the light in, and we expand without. And this, there's the dark, there's the light. We're being challenged. You're being challenged. I'm being challenged. And we're builders of the light. We're builders of the golden ages. Everything we need for this journey is within us. We just need to get out of this lack of shenanigans, blah, that we're doing. Stop doing that. And we need to focus on our flame in the cup. And we need to start having some fun and get in this energy with the child of creation and start enjoying some of building this new beginning. From the old to the new. Embrace the new. I want to thank you guys for joining me here. Much love and healing vibes sent your way. I know this is hard. Many of us are caught within the dark night of the soul, but we got to keep going on. We're transforming. We're building our best lives. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. The one thing that is for sure within this is change. Remember that, from the dark to the light. The light is here.